Okay, hey guys, I just wanted to go over the Ikigai for today with you that you'll be doing as you work through your Quizalize sets and your other tasks for the day. And the first thing I wanted to do is kind of review what we were talking about yesterday. And yesterday, the main thing we were talking about were our variables, our X and Y variables and the patterns they make. However, we want to start shifting those to the dependent variable and the independent variable. And the dependent variable is what remains constant because it's dependent upon what the independent variable does. And I know that doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but for cases or for our purposes, we're using our dependent variable is our Y value. More specifically, the change in Y. That's what we care about the most. So in our change in Y, this little triangle here means change in. It's a delta, okay? And that is the pattern created by our Y values. And our independent variable was the change in X, which was the pattern created by our X values. And again, that little triangle Y just means change in Y. And that little triangle X just means change in X. So when we talk about slope, what we're talking about is the relationship between the dependent variables change and the independent variables change. So we would write that as our change in Y over our change in X. And again, we say this like change in Y over my change in X. So for this chart in particular, if I wanted to really break down what my slope is or what the change or the pattern that is created and how it relates to get a ratio, all I'm going to do is first find my change in Y, which is plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, and plus 2. So I can say my change in Y values is plus 2 every time. My change in X values is plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Or my change in X would be equal to plus 2 every time. Okay, so when I make my ratio for that, it's going to be my change in Y over my change in X, which in this case would be 2 over 2 or 1. And that's what we're going to be practicing today, is just identifying both patterns and getting used to setting it up in a pattern situation where it's Y over X. Make sure you clearly fill out your Ikigai paper page, your last one of the week, and then get through the Quizalize and the other tasks you have today, and have a great weekend. Thank you.